Happy Wednesday. What did we in? September?
We're in September, the end of September.
End of September. Happy Wednesday, September 27th, people. This is the Kris Gina Relationship Show. I'm going to play Kris today.
And I'm going to play Gina by
She's
default.
going to be Gina. We brought in a special guest today. Let's have a Kris and Gina round of applause for Mr. Dwan. We won't give his last name on air.
It doesn't matter.
Dwan Russell.
Right.
I'm happy to say this brother right here. Not only is he good looking, he's successful. He went to a great high school. He's also part of the Divine Nine. You want to throw your gang sign up?
Your gang sign.
See? All Divine Nine, we get along.
Right.
Today's topic is a good one. Are you going to join us for the show?
I am going to join you. I'm
Today's
sharing.
topic is realistic and unrealistic dating expectations. Look, if you're just joining Kris and Gina for the first time, I think that the dating game is all messed up. I think men are doing stuff wrong. I think women are doing stuff wrong. And as a retired 8th degree Jedi Knight player, granted, we didn't have.
I bet you do.
We didn't have really a lot of online stuff going on. It was like Black Planet going on.
Right.
And it's a long story. I had a real bad episode at.
I had a bad episode on Match.
But I think things have made life more difficult dating. As you all have seen, there are a bunch of dating videos going around, TikTok videos. Not as good as this, but it is what it is. So before we jump into it, and we've brought Dwan in because you are single.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to get a single man's perspective. Gina B.
How single are you, Dwan? Are you actually like? Is there anybody who thinks
The
they're
man
your
is not
girlfriend?
married. Let me see a finger.
No, not married.
Let me see a finger.
Okay.
If he's not married, he's
Not
single.
married.
No, I'm just
Ladies, if
curious.
you're not
I'm
married, you're
curious.
single.
Not married.
The ladies, this is a question. Learn from this.
Jesus.
There are two things you should ask. Do you have a girlfriend, Dwan?
I have a friend.
Listen,
Okay.
that is bad advice, Gina B.
Does she think she's your girlfriend?
Doesn't matter what she thinks. All right, I'll wait.
Don't you?
I'm with Kris. It doesn't matter what she thinks.
I'll wait.
You did not answer my question.
I'm
I believe as a
hanging
co-host
with my
of
monarch
this show.
brother.
She doesn't have internet.
hanging out with my
She
monarch
doesn't
brother.
have internet. She's not watching this
And
show.
she's not watching this show.
Okay, well then you can answer freely.
No. I don't.
Then the answer is she does say.
So, but here's why that doesn't matter.
Oh, please share. Why does that not matter?
And men know this.
Uh-huh.
We first of all, ladies, admittedly, you all in most areas of life are way smarter than us. We are simple creatures. I will submit to that. But in this, I will tell you, if a man likes a woman, it's on her to say if she's got a boyfriend, because here's why. If it was that serious, she would be off the market. So the fact that they're entertaining an offer, and nobody wants to be with somebody that nobody else wants, right?
Okay.
I'm just saying.
You're
but
the king of the word salad.
before we get into the nitty gritty, and listen, people, everything I do here is coming from the heart. Now feel free to say, Kris, you full of poppycock. I'm okay with it. But it's coming from the heart, because matters of the heart can be touchy. But I'm trying to help the world here, so I got to give it to you. I got the gift, and I got to use it. Now look, it's National Women's Health and Fitness Day.
Is that what it is?
It is.
I'm
Wow.
excited about that.
It's National No Excuses Day. Start that workout before the beginning of the year. It's National Milk Chocolate Day.
Okay.
It's Morning Show Host Day. So if you watch this tomorrow morning,
We are morning show hosts.
Exactly.
We are whatever day part you want us to be.
shout out to the people that came over on the slave ships. It's National Ancestor Appreciation Day.
Okay.
And it's Wheezy F Baby's birthday.
Who cares?
He gave us hits.
He gave us.
The man, admittedly, I'm not from that era.
Right.
Okay.
But he, for a while, Wayne did his thing, just like T.I. did his thing, just like Cool J did his thing, Biggie did his thing, Pac did his thing. He did his thing. You got to give it to him. He was on every other song. Anyway, that's not why you're here. We're here.
Well, he's certainly not a standard of beauty.
Exactly. And if you have a question, we do read questions from the audience.
Real time, so just don't be shy.
So I'll start with Gina B. I will ask you a question about men, and then you take over everything from there. And
Okay,
then you
here we
pepper
go.
our guests. Do you think, or what because there are a lot of women out here saying they can't find a guy, they ain't got no money, all that. What unrealistic expectations do you think men, specifically brothers, have out here? And you don't have to be politically correct.
I think that a lot of men have unrealistic expectations about women's looks.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Be more specific, please.
I was about to say, what do you mean by that?
What do you mean?
What I mean is that
Talk about those bodies.
Well, it's for the same. So we can flip this in a minute because I think it's the same problem that women have too. But we are in an Instagram society.
Okay.
And so a lot of men will, ogle women who are on Instagram, the Instagram models, and that then becomes who they think they should be getting with or going after, irrespective of whether or not they are attractive to these women or women who look like them. And so I think they think that, or maybe they go to the market with the belief that this is what the average woman should look like.
But I will say, most of the women now in our age group are extremely fit, with taking great care of themselves.
Make sure you talk
Okay.
into the mic a
Gotcha.
little bit.
And you know what? I don't think Chris Levy would agree with you
We'll get to that momentarily.
because he seems to think.
But I said this before the camera started. I agree 100%. And I think, even though I was, jokingly bragging about it, as I tell brothers, you get to be 60, 70 years old. Brothers, we gonna die
that's a different-
first. You need to choose one of these sisters with one of these good jobs,
9 out of 10 times.
one of these good government jobs, and you need to lock it down.
Government jobs.
Most black folks, or the highest employer of black women, is the U.S. government.
True.
Well, let me give you another example of ways that I think men have unrealistic expectations. Because the thing about the equality movement that started in the 70s, and we can talk about the backlash that occurred that caused that, but now a lot of men want women to, not only the expectation is you're working every day
Right.
and bringing home a minimum of half of
Right.
the household income, but you're also figuring out the children.
Yep.
You're also figuring out the food every day, whatever
Right.
that looks like. And you're the caretaker just in general. And so then it becomes a question of, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So there's a lot of men who think that,
They're
we're
watching
supposed
too much
to
national.
do everything.
They're watching too much National Geographic, watching the male lion, sit there, and while the wife
Lazily.
and all his hoes go get the food.
Right. Like, what are you doing, sir? Like, it's just, and I have noticed that with my own man who will do that. I'm sorry, can you maybe get up off your butt?
I rarely do this. Great point.
So based off maybe how he was raised,
Yeah, but that was a different moment in time.
so you don't think that should be a realistic expectation based off of how he?
I think that you should factor
So
in
his
the
parents were-
evolution
Right.
of how what the expectations are for us.
You know what, Gina, be good. This is one area, DeJuan, where, 'cause trust me, I got issues with women too, because I really don't expect much of men. But this is an area where I think she's 1,000% right. This internet, online stuff, right?
Right.
I know brothers,
Right.
and I'm not calling them out. I know a few of my homies.
Okay.
Let's just say financially they're not doing too well.
Okay.
But they are the main ones saying, these women don't want to submit or act like a queen. And that is huge now. I get it. It's a buzzword.
They're not kings.
And as a man with 3 daughters,
Right.
I'm like, that is reserved for husbands and wives and people that took vows. It is what it is. You don't submit to anybody who,
Right. Men want women to audition.
Right.
Men are
For
providers,
roles.
so if you're not providing, then of course, then you shouldn't have an
This is-
expectation.
My thing.
I'm not even, I know these dudes aren't providing anyway. I mean, if some relationships, and we'll get into this,
Okay.
and it'll be a great segue. We're going to watch a video in 1 second. Some men make less than women.
Right.
Even taking care of themselves. But if her life is exponentially better and that man's taking care of himself, not bums, which you'll see in this video. I don't think any woman, people should be fixed before they get with anybody.
Oh yeah,
I
you
tell
should be a
brothers, I
whole
don't care
person.
how good she looks. You're not
Go
fixing
with
that broke chick.
So you think people should come together fixed already? You don't think there's ever a time where you could meet somebody and just help them become who they,
It
who they should be?
depends.
I
It
think
depends.
humans, men and women, the one commonality between men and women is they are hardwired for some sort of companionship. Now, depending on what country you're in, what continent, maybe I need 5 women, maybe I need one rich man. but they hardwired for comparison. Before we can get into it, because I want now we got a few people watching. I want everyone's opinion, and please type something in. Let me know you out here after you watch this very short video. I hate to say it, I'm about to show a Tyler Perry video. He gets on my nerves. But
Lord,
let's show the video.
Let's do it.
Listen, a lot of women, especially black women, and I might get in trouble for saying this, but I will. In our society right now, black women are making a lot more money for the most part than black men, right? There are a lot of black men who are successful, but for the most part, black women are making the money. So if you can find love, if that man works, at whatever job, and is a good man, and is good to you, and honors the house, and honors his wife, and does what he can, because his gift may not be your gift.
Exactly.
That is okay. That's not somebody who's beneath you.
Yeah.
That's somebody who came to love you at your worth, right?
Yes.
And as long as he's secure in himself to know that, yep, she makes most of the money, all I can pay is the light bill. As long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to cover the mortgage and all the other stuff, you handle the light bill, baby, you can take me to dinner every now and then. That is fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But that's so hard for a lot of people to take in, because that means, no, I need somebody who is, they need to make 5 times more, and I got to have, well, go on, keep your list, baby.
Yeah.
God bless you. Hope it happens. Go on, keep your list. But when you talk about just someone to love you and support you, I know people whose men can't touch what they make. But when you see them together, that love, that support, that I got you, babe, it's a beautiful thing.
All right, now, for a minute, I don't trust men who dress in dresses. However,
Especially one's not as bad as what Madea wears, right?
Real talk, there's some truth in that video.
There's some truth.
There's some BS in the video.
There's some.
In your experience, Gina B, what are your thoughts on the video? And anybody else, if you got an experience, type it in, because I want to know what Gina B's.
Well,
what do you think about it?
I do think that there should be more that factors into your attraction to a mate than just the bank account.
Okay.
Right? I think there should be more. And, I always find it interesting that...
That's not the society we live in.
Right, but what?
I want to ask him what his experiences are after you give your thoughts, because you are out here in the dating market. My question is going to be how you are judged. But I want to finish this, Gina B.
But I also find it interesting that people think that the amount of money you make when you meet is going to be the amount of money you make in perpetuity.
I know where you're going with that, but women shouldn't do that.
But what I'm saying is that with collaboration and assistance and all partnership and all that, I really do feel that people do better when they are together in a loving relationship.
If he's about 30 or under.
I don't think so.
Well,
I think that can, but my point is that there should be more. Now,
I do agree with
it
that.
depends on, if he's doing what he can. I know plenty of successful couples, okay, and by plenty I mean a handful, of successful couples where the woman is more financially advantaged than the man, but the man is dedicated to doing what he can for her in the relationship. And that works, right?
Right. I mean, if it works, it works.
If it works, it works. Now, I don't have your perspective, so therefore...
Yeah, I want to know from a single man's perspective, right? My take is the internet now has women choosing people. I don't like it. When I was dating, there were women who didn't like me.
Right.
But I got to meet them in real time, and I got to joke with him, and all of a sudden, well, he's funny. I'm going to go out with him. He ain't 6'8", He 5'10".
You got the chuckle fuckers.
He's 5'10" on a great day. Maybe I win him over, right? So, but I want to know for you, how is it for you, Dewan, out here, gainfully employed, and What's the dating game like for you now? What's good and what's bad?
So I just started dating maybe 3 years ago.
Okay.
Now, were you previously married?
I was married, got divorced in 2012.
Okay.
All right.
Stayed off the market for a little while.
Okay.
Talk into the mic.
Just stayed off the market for a little while. Started dating like I said again. I was in a serious relationship with somebody up until about 2017.
Okay. Okay.
You know, broke up with her and just started again maybe like 3 years ago. So 2020.
Okay. So you're fresh.
Yeah, fresh. So, but it didn't seem that difficult. I was dating like 4 or 5 women.
Right.
Yeah, for a little while. And then,
what was the frequency with which you saw each of those 4?
Once a month, once every other month. You know.
Right.
So I was casually dating.
Okay.
Right.
So I wasn't like seeing nobody seriously.
I hear women say that most women are more casually dating in the years past. Do you see that?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
they are.
Now, from that aspect, fellas, I mean,
Yeah.
do your thing.
Yeah, they are. So I was casually dating. You
Right,
know.
right.
And then
Now wait, let me just ask you a quick question.
He
Were
was-
you sleeping with all of these women?
I was casually dating.
Yes. You went to Mendel Catholic High School. Of course he
With
was
the
sleeping
exception
with.
of a few here.
Okay, I'm curious as to
If
what
they
casual
real-
dating
if-
means
if
to you.
they
Does
super-
it mean you have coffee periodically? Does it mean you getting it in
If
about
they
once a month?
super
Right,
fine,
right.
we'll let them string us along a while.
Okay. I'm just trying to like establishing questions. Okay, go ahead.
So casually dating, and then for some reason I jumped into a relationship.
Damn it.
Yeah, last year.
Okay.
Yeah, jumped into a relationship that I jumped out of like 6 months later.
First
Okay.
off,
Right.
I got to thank you for your honesty and vulnerability.
Right.
The narrative is that you got a lot of brothers that don't want to be in relationships. Obviously, we have a guy here who does.
Well, it sounds like he
I
was
would-
dragged kicking and
Well,
screaming.
no, or it sounds like it didn't go his way. Either way.
Actually, I would want to get married again.
Okay, good. See,
you know,
Okay,
so
let me
I
ask you a
do.
question.
I love the honesty.
Actually, I want to get married.
Do you want to get married because you like the construct of marriage? Do you like what marriage, like the
want the kitchen clean.
byproducts of? Well, that's the thing.
No.
Do you like the construct of marriage, or are you interested in love?
I'm interested in love.
Okay.
So my parents were together 64 years.
Okay.
Yeah, so before my mother passed. So I see what marriage is. And actually, I wish my first marriage hadn't ended.
Yeah,
So
my
I had
parents
this
been 50 plus
conversation
years
on another
before my
podcast.
father passed. With same
Yeah,
thing here.
I married my soulmate, but things sort of went left.
Right.
Okay.
You know, because I had kids with somebody else prior to her.
Was that an issue?
Yeah, it was an issue.
Okay.
It was a big issue. So, and that sort of was me trying to navigate both worlds was a problem. You know, so, but yeah, I would want to get married again if I could find the right person, somebody I could build with. Cause I've been fairly successful. I've been fairly blessed over, you know. my
Successful.
Hold on,
life.
hold on, ladies.
Professionally.
Hold on.
Professionally.
Okay.
Hold on. Ladies, this is for you. Financially successful?
Yes.
I'm just here. Y'all can use this information.
He's a vessel.
Y'all can use this
No.
information how you want.
No.
But let me that's good honesty. I hope.
Now,
Go ahead.
I have a question though. So you've been successful. You're interested in love.
Right.
Okay. What's the delta between what you're finding versus what you're looking for that would make you take the leap and do it again?
Wow.
And
If
are your expectations
If you want to say
realistic?
women out here on some bullshit, you
Shut
can
up.
do it.
Well,
on this
well,
show.
Why'd he ask you all that?
To a certain
leading the
extent,
witness.
to a certain extent, I think there is some unrealistic expectations.
On your part, or on the part of the women that you're running into?
Let's say I can say both,
Okay.
because the relationship that I got out of, crazy about her. Well, definitely was crazy about her.
Okay.
But we had some differences in beliefs.
So religion. I mean, like just
No, not
culturally-
religious. Just things that I felt shouldn't be done
Was she
when
a
you're in a
stripper?
relationship. No, she wasn't
Okay.
a stripper. No, but when you're in a
I
relationship,
had to ask.
you know.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and the long and short of it is, so say we're dating.
Uh-huh.
I'll just use the shorty, you know.
Yeah.
And you come to me with a problem.
Uh huh.
I answer the problem. I seem to know what needs to be done for the problem. You turn around and call another guy.
Yeah.
and ask for their opinion on the problem.
Yeah.
Okay, and is the other guy a person that woman is dating?
No.
Or just a friend?
Just a friend.
Who
Okay,
gives a fuck?
and
She
how do
asked
you
him
know?
already.
But
Wait, she asked you for help.
So
then she asked
we
somebody else
discussed
for
the problem.
help.
I'm in the same vicinity when she makes the phone call.
Oh, like if you can't help me, Tyrone.
No, but
You
I
gonna
gave.
come over here and change my tire?
No, I gave the answer, and the person gave the same exact answer.
Oh,
So
basically
now
you felt
I
that
go
your
ahead.
credibility was undermined by somebody who's not in your relationship, and you were like, I should be the man.
Right,
Okay, now
That-
clear.
and I felt it was disrespectful.
I'm going to put a tick
fair.
mark because I'm going to get back to that in 2 seconds. First, I want to weigh in on Tyler Perry.
So I'll use that simple example. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
that's a
saying?
great example.
That's a
Right.
great example.
And I'm putting a tick mark, so I want to refer to that in 2 seconds.
Right.
First, I want to give my thoughts on Tyler Perry. And again, I'm here trying to give advice too. Please push back if you think I'm on some BS. I think Tyler Perry meant well in his weird way, but the whole narrative of black men or black women having to reach back and help some brother is a falsehood. And it's perpetuated by what's on TV, what's in the media, and even brothers themselves who aren't doing that well. I've seen it. Here's why I won't go into it. We'll bring a chart up in a few minutes.
Okay.
I'll beat it home, but I'll beat it to
it.
the punch. Average salary for all, you take all the working black men in the country, all the working black women, the average salary of a black man still is more than a black woman. But here's what's unrealistic. I see 20-something-year-old women saying, I want a 6-figure dude. Let me run some stuff by you. Average salary of a black man at 20 to 29 is $25,000. That woman who's asking for that, watching these videos, is making $21,000. 30 to 39, $41,600 for men, $34,000 for women. 40 to 49 years of age, $51,000 for men, $42,000 for women. By the way, you can go to the U.S. Census of Bureau and Statistics if you think I'm not telling you the truth. June 2020. 50 to 59, it gets a little closer. Men are 47, women are 45. What you can see is that the older people get, they make more money, right? So, the average height of a man, because I hear a lot of women saying, I'm just getting right to it in the interest of time.
Mm-hmm.
I hear a lot of women say, I want a man over 6 feet, and that's fine. Men have long known that what women's preferences are. I think it's safe to say, Gina B, speak for all women alive.
Oh, sure. I'll go for it.
Is it safe to say most women like a man who's taller?
Yes.
I will submit to that, and I accept that.
Physically fit.
Is there? Do they like men who are physically fit?
Yes.
Yes or no? I submit to that.
Yes.
Do they like a man with
Well,
more
I was
money
gonna
than they
say-
have?
Yes.
I submit to that. Do they say they want a man to provide, lead, protect, and all of that?
Yes.
They don't want a man who's stronger than them or weaker than them.
Of course, stronger.
All right, men accept that.
Okay.
What if I were to say,
Here we go.
see how they do? When,
No, I
when
know
you asking
him.
what they
I
want,
know
it's
him.
like, give me my favorite
No,
ice
no,
cream.
I know him.
You do
Go
know me,
ahead.
but
I
that
do.
doesn't
That's
dis-
why I'm like white knuckling the chair because I know.
Okay,
you.
so here's...
Anyway, go ahead.
Let me ask you this. Gina B is smarter than me, but right now I'm about to outsmart her. I'm going to win this battle. So look, let me ask you this. I just asked you preferences of women.
Uh-huh.
Can I ask you to validate some preferences of men?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Maybe I'm not.
I'll play along.
Hold on.
Good.
Maybe I'm not. If in society, if I were to say, because I'm a fairly, my mother say I ain't bad looking, right?
Right.
I make a little money, but I'm off the
Excellent.
market, ladies. Don't get excited. So, is it fair to say, man, in my position, if I were single, I want a physically fit woman,
Okay. You want a
Right?
physically fit woman? That's cool.
right? Is it fair to say that I don't really care her height or her strength as long as she's pretty,
That's fair.
That's fair.
right? Would it be fair to say I'm an accomplished man? I got an engineering degree from top engineering schools in the world. That I don't want a woman who's combative with me because I've earned the right to choose a woman who is submissive or respectful as we're dating, respectful of what I say, and is not combative.
He wants a woman that shuts the fuck up. Yep.
I don't have to deal with it. I can go
I
get
mean, okay.
because I know what women value.
He wants peace at home.
No,
He
not
wants
that.
an
Before I
armed
got
police that
married,
will shut her mouth.
the reason I did all this, I know, and I was taught and we don't do this in our community, the biggest decision a man or woman can make is who fathers your children or who you marry.
Who you marry, right?
So I know I put myself in a position that a lot of brothers aren't. So I'm picky, right? I don't like, and women, you need to hear this. Women are hardwired to want those things, as Gina B said. Here's what men are hardwired for. Then I'll get to the unrealistic expectations. Men are hardwired to not like people being combative to them. Then we start wars, we fight each other.
That's true.
We are used to fighting and being. You want to get the most out of a man?
That's true.
Use your superpower, women, and your superpower is the opposite of what you use at work. It's your feminine side. You rub a man on the head and
It's
tell
your
him
vagina.
what he like.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's over.
But and then he'll open his mouth. How many times, Dewan, before you were successful, that you liked the woman and you spent close to your last money on a date?
Quite a few times.
I did it all the time.
Quite a few times.
You don't have to ask me. Matter of fact, if you ask me for it, now I'm mad at it and I'm not spending nothing. You see the game? All you gotta do. So, men are hardwired for feminine, friendly. It sound like the deceased Nuke, Kevin Samuels. We see you. They all know it now. You did it. You did it. But they like women who are agreeable.
Yeah.
Right? But what do we see? All people as we get older, we get a little stuck in our ways.
Absolutely.
If a woman like me and she was fine enough and I was 25, I would drive 5 hours in a hailstorm to see her. So we can do that now.
You've done this before.
But the
told me
unrealistic
stories.
expectation I have, there's some women I've seen, not you listening, that know we like visual.
Yes, you do.
But they're sitting there saying, and this is my issue with Tyler Perry, women having to settle. I'm like, you're not settling, sis. You 5'4", 190 pounds. That's the average height and weight of a sister in this country. Now we like curvy women, so it don't. But it's an issue if you looking at a man saying, "I'm out of his league," because you're using your metrics. See, we use your metrics.
Right.
I don't go around saying I'm settling weight on Beyonce because I do not have $1 billion like Jay-Z. But there are women going around saying I'm settling. Okay, he doesn't have the money you think you can command. But if you're 40 or 50 years old and haven't gotten it yet, you ain't gonna get it. You need to find somebody who likes you.
You always do.
But that's the unrealistic expectation. And here's why he mentioned it earlier. It's this online dating. When I was dating, I had to walk up and flirt. Now women choose the guy. Bad choice. Why? Rich or poor, ugly or not ugly, fat or skinny, men will sleep with everybody. All of y'all. I did when I was single. I took it all.
It's the truth.
But we won't marry all of y'all.
That's the truth.
Promiscuity.
This is true.
Promiscuity. Here's your unrealistic expectation, ladies. It's unrealistic to think that you can sleep with just as many men do it and say, well, it's modern day. Men do it. We ding you on that, those of us with character and money. Because men value something that the other dudes ain't got.
I feel like it goes back to.
But you see what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying.
I
I'm not
ain't saying that
disagreeing
wrong.
with
And
you.
it's on
I'm
point.
not disagreeing with you. I feel like there's something about all of what you described
Right.
that makes you feel like your definition of a man.
Not my definition of a man. I know what men
how
value,
you-
and I know what women
No,
value.
you yourself. Like you, Chris Levy.
No, I'm talking
like,
about. I'm speaking for all men.
I know you
I'm
are.
speaking
I
for
know
all
you're
men.
trying to.
I'm speaking for all men of all
But-
races in the world.
Okay, I think that men
Mhm.
and women will choose people who make them feel like I like men that make me feel my
That's
most
not always
feminine
true.
self.
That's not
self.
always true. You
I don't
know
know
that.
that that's not
You know
always
that's
true.
not
I
always
don't
true.
think so.
Men
all
do.
about- like, okay, let me.
But women will choose somebody who can provide them a lifestyle.
I'm a
Right, that's
taller
it.
woman.
That's it. That's
I'm
it.
like tall, not tall, but I'm taller woman, and so I like men who are taller than me because they make me feel
Safe.
smaller and more feminine.
Okay, good.
And that's more of a statement about me than it is about them.
Right.
Right? I like men who are stronger than me because I like to feel protected. That's
Jimmy,
more of a statement about me than
Jimmy,
it is about
technical
them.
timeout. Technical timeout.
Yes?
Jake, I just looked at the Kris Gina page, and there are like 1 million comments.
And we're not seeing any of them. I thought
Sorry,
the audience
everybody.
was just quiet.
We're not seeing your comments, so I promise we'd look at them. That's on us.
Oh wow, we have a ton of comments. We're sorry, Jamal Matuka. We're sorry, Aaron Foster. We aren't ignoring you. We just aren't seeing your. I was wondering why everyone was so quiet.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Okay. While Jake fixes that,
Okay, great.
finish your thought, Gina.
No,
and I'll look at these
But
comments.
my point is that's a lot of it is more about me than it is about them. So, I will take responsibility for a lot of my preferences when it comes to people that I chose. Now, I will also tell you that I did not choose my husband necessarily. He chose me. Like,
good.
because
Right.
he was interested in getting to know me, being in a relationship with me.
And that's generally what happens when men find someone that they want to be with.
Mm-hmm.
They will choose you
Right.
versus a woman choosing a man for financial reasons or looks.
Exactly. And so I was like,
What'd you just say again? I'm
That's
sorry.
it. Generally, that happens with men when they are interested in a woman. They choose that woman.
Right.
They want to get to know that woman.
Right.
They will spend the time. It's not necessarily about. It's something about you that was appealing to.
right.
It sounds cliche, and I said it during the last show. Women control access to sex. We
True.
ask all y'all.
True.
You choose to open your legs. We
And they generally know when they're gonna.
Well, y'all
and-
need to
and
choose
I'm not
to
arguing
They
that.
generally know
But
when they're going to.
we choose when we ask your hand in marriage.
Yes.
So a lot of people want to be married because I told you, most humans are hardwired.
To
companionship.
partner.
But it's some people that don't want to be married ever, and I
oh, there
get
we
it.
are.
Right, thank you. There's some people who don't want to be married. We
gotta
see the
catch
comments
up.
now.
Wow.
But we're hardwired to want companionship, right? I'm gonna read some of these questions because
We have a whole lot.
my man and your frat Jamal Montuka, my brother, is jumped on here.
Jamal is
I'ma
always
answer him
good
real
for a
quick.
great comment.
He says we're stripper shaming now. I'm not shaming strippers.
How we strippers?
I'm saying.
I asked if
hold
you were
on,
dating a
Hold
stripper.
on.
Oh.
Jamal is a defender of all things women, good or bad. No disrespect.
And he's my friend.
But low key diss. But yeah, I'm stripper shaming. All they can expect is some change. They can't expect
Well, some dollar bill. Okay, anyway.
They can expect up to $40 if you're doing special things.
Up to $40.
You're
You
doing
were so
something
stupid.
strange for a little change.
Let's highlight some good ones here.
Catherine Bowman says, you know they don't even know a man who makes six figures. Catherine Bowman,
Who
that is
doesn't
true.
know? Most women.
No. The average person, the average not Gina, now no, because you are not most women. I've seen where you live. I've seen your properties.
Okay, calm down.
So, but you see a lot from, and again, I'm not going to call it the devil. There's some good. It's social media, this ability to swipe, especially the part where women tap on the dude they like. I saw a study. Men aren't even going to singles events. Here's why. Because every woman, regardless of how she looks, regardless of what she weighs, and I will not belabor weight, 4 out of 5 sisters are overweight, 56% obese.
Lordy Lord.
If I can sit through in here and say, I don't have a problem hearing women like a man who ain't broke. Men with money don't want fat. It is what it is.
It's true.
Sorry. I know I can't get Beyonce. I'm sad about that shit.
It's true.
Are you?
But I don't have $1 billion. So that's what it is.
Can I jump back to something
Yeah,
you just
go
said
ahead.
about Jada? So, you saying you're fairly successful. You got properties. When did you disclose that in your relationship? When did that
Oh,
come
he's a
out?
baller too.
I know who he is. I'm
Okay,
just
so
asking,
let me
when,
just-
when was that
But I-
disclosed?
Early.
It was
Hold
disclosed
on.
Early.
Because Lee, if you're watching this,
He's not watching.
I'm telling him not to
He's
disclose.
in a meeting.
I'm
any
not
of your
asking,
business.
I'm just asking in
No.
your relationship when did
Well,
that
looking
come
at
out?
these
okay,
questions.
so my point earlier, which is that I don't understand why when I said like you're not making the same amount of money in perpetuity. I think that because of our partnership, we have both done better
Right.
because we have each
And that's
other.
the reason why I would want to get married.
And so that is like,
'Cause the good
yes,
women will
he
help you grow.
bought a property while we were together and that was it. And then I bought properties while we were together. I mean, but, and my career has grown since we've been together. We've been together a long time. And his career has grown dramatically since we've been together.
Okay.
Like he's started new companies and since we've been, but that's, I think I'm not going to take any credit for his accomplishments, and I don't think you take credit for mine, but I think that because of our our partnership and our pushing each other to kind of be better versions of ourselves, I think that helps, which is why it always is interesting to me when people think that the person that you're with is only going to be where they are.
No, that's true.
Like, I don't want to date a man who makes 75. Well, why do you think he's only going to ever do that?
Make
Like,
75 for the
why,
rest of his life.
why,
Right.
why can't your partnership kind of propel both of you to be more profitable, more professional, more productive, whatever that is, wherever you want to go? Why can't that, you know?
We got some good questions,
Looking
too,
for people with good bones, I think, is
Right,
really kind of the
right,
better.
Catherine Bowman, Jamal Matuka, Mina. I'll get with you guys in a second.
Okay, let's see. What have you've even been commenting? I see
what do
Christopher
you got?
Levy.
Well,
on there.
I commented on Jamal because it was
Okay,
a long
let's
answer.
see. Let's see what it
But
is.
well, I want to see what he thinks.
People who have found marriage. Hi, Mina. People who have
Thank
found marriage on Bumble. They have.
Right, Mina. So I forgot the stat. 1 out of every 2 or 3 relationships is starting online. People aren't even, I mean, I'm talking about people who end up in marriage. This show is about long-term connections.
Right.
All of y'all know how to get somebody to sleep with, men and women. It is what it is. So,
Catherine, Bumble is an online dating platform.
right.
Go ahead.
Right. Catherine she only goes religiousmen.com.
Christian Mingle.
I'll tell you, someone scammed my credit card and got themselves a membership on Christian Mingle, which I thought was so ironic.
It
But
wasn't
anyway,
me. But anyway,
they bought protein powder and Christian Mingle, so they can
Me-
get buff
that's
and
Mina.
fully
So,
women who love
like
the
you
Lord.
said, Mina says a few people who found love, marriage on, people who found marriage on Bumble, Tinder, whatever.
The streets.
Every site
Clubs.
you
Where
can
I
find
found-
people. My daughter,
Yeah.
she's not watching, gave back a ring to this dude I love. He
Oh,
made
I remember
money.
that. I remember that whole
She
thing.
met him online.
Go ahead, on Mariah.
She met a new
So
one.
why she get a ring back?
Because she didn't want to marry his ass.
She's
I'm saying, what
delusional.
happened?
Hold on. She's delusional. Now she's with a new one.
She knew
So
what she wanted.
The person that I am seeing, like
Right.
regularly seeing, we just had this conversation about women being delusional.
Because I have full disclosure, and this has happened twice. I got a buddy, right?
Right.
Frat brother, went to U of I with me. Dude is 6'4".
Right.
He's a super shady, decent looking, right?
Right.
I've had at least 2 women now. One here in the studio, one at my house recently. She said, "What's up with so and so?" And I'm thinking to myself, he turns down 10s. The man works for the Knicks. He makes hundreds of thousands, but they mistake people who sleep with them
For wanting
versus
to be with
people who
them.
can be with them.
Who wants to be with them? Yeah.
And this dude is at a point where he don't even sleep with them if they fine. And I want to tell women, I'm like, you need to find a single version of a regular dude like me, because really that's what you are. You are what you pull. Men know that. I can shoot at Beyonce and Rihanna, and I always come up to the next chick. I get shot down 10 times. A man will smile at you on the 11th. Hey, baby, you know I was just looking at you. We're hardwired for failure.
Right.
But we don't play with ourselves. A man, when he wants to be married, will pick out of a group of women who like him.
Right.
You never hear men in masses saying, I ain't gonna settle. We know that's some bullshit.
Right.
What you're saying is, ain't nobody I want choosing me. It's hard to hear for women. Because this society tells women, hey, you gain weight, we will tell people not to fat shame. Hey, you want to have a baby over here, we will let you give the baby up. You can leave it at the fire department. You ain't got to do nothing. This society says, no, wait a minute. Everything a woman
accept
does.
you for who you-
This
for who
society
you
says, hey, women, you want to sleep around, that's your
This
choice.
society also tells you can identify as a bumblebee if you want to.
This society
So,
said, I'm telling you,
it's-
just because they say it's cool, it is cool. That is the big. No,
Which is
I
a-
love the women's movement. It made.
It isn't just women.
but
it's pervasive.
but men have been the same dumb people.
Well, I get that
forever.
piece, but I mean, we're in a
Like, we
society
like-
where
A
identification is
man will.
everything.
A man will. If enough men whisper it in a single man's ear, even a married man, hey man, if you put your thing in a hole in that tree, it's the best feeling ever. When nobody's around,
He's gonna do
there's
it.
a
Or
lot
if
of men that's
somebody's
gonna
around,
do
He's
it.
gonna do
Or
it.
Men are that stupid.
Well, let's see what's up. And
Men ain't changed, but they react to what women do. If you say we can't have none, we gonna do whatever we gonna write. I used to write letters. I used to send flowers. I would take girls out and spend my whole check. If I came around when people were dating like they are now, and women were saying, well, men do it, I'm just gonna sleep with them. I wouldn't take near y'all out on a date.
Yeah.
Y'all messing it up for yourselves. It's unrealistic to think you can be promiscuous and then get this high quality ass husband. It's unreal.
And they really think that, though. Women do think that.
Well,
And before we get to that, y'all think about your thoughts. I want to show something to show you how delusional they are. I'm about to put a chart up. It's going to be busy. I'm going to talk about it for
it is busy. Look at
2
it.
minutes, and that's it. Can they hear me?
Yeah.
All right, so look, people, let's just focus on this is for single black millennials from U.S. Bureau of Statistics. You can look all of this up. So you hear sister saying, you heard Tyler Perry saying, oh, if he's paying the light bill. Well, I know that more women are born than men. I know that more brothers are in prison. Yet and still, $50,000 to $100,000, 518,000 men making that amount, 532,000 women. 12,000 more women. Oh, it's brothers out here. They're just not choosing you. So stop acting like you're making all that. Average income for all black men in the country, a measly $43,000. But guess what the average for black women is? $40,000. So that whole narrative, black men ain't making no money, is wrong. If we threw up a chart on degrees, black women are by far enrolled in college more than anybody else. Does not necessarily translate into dollars, partially because they're a double minority, they're black, and they're women. Let's look specifically at this whole fictitious, he makes $100,000 and up. I need me a 6-figure in man.
They don't.
Even though there are less black men, period, less working, more in jail, there are 10,700 more black men making over $100,000 than black women.
Mina says she wants to see a chart for Gen Xers to
Mina-
isolate that demographic.
Mina, I will tell you, the numbers will be different, but the trends will be the same. As a matter of fact, it will be more than, because as years have gone by, women have increasingly caught up to men. And eventually,
Especially Gen Xers.
Well, yeah.
But no, millennials, those women have caught up even more. And they're still not where Gen Xers are.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So the problem is all those women saying you can get rid of that. You go to blackdemographics.com, they pull everything from U.S. Census. The problem is, and this is the delusional part, he's not intimidated, the man you're looking at. He's there. He's not broke. But, you're looking for a finite group of people. Only 14% of all men are over 6 feet. Only 1% of all men are 6'4". So there's some women out here who are overweight, and granted, ladies, it is what it is. Men are hardwired to like younger. Why? Because younger is more submissive. It is what it is. So he's looking at somebody whose mouth isn't like yours. She's
I
younger.
don't know about that. Young women.
I'm talking about men with a whole bunch of money
Young
and good
women can be
looking.
very mouthy.
They
You just have
fall.
to choose your
Wait a minute,
moments
you're
of
not gonna stop
mouthiness.
this preaching. You ain't gonna stop it.
You see our last
You got
guest?
some very. Wait
I'm
admittedly,
gonna shush you.
I feel like I was on the upper end of average, right?
Our last guest
But you
was
got a lot of
sloppy.
average women looking for super Negro.
Above average.
But-
men.
And so
No.
those few men, hold on, you gonna like this. I say
Okay,
this.
go
I
ahead.
didn't tell you
Go
about it.
ahead.
You got a whole glut of women bypassing great suitors and a few super achieving Negroes sleeping with the swats of women. Here's why I can tell you that. There's 54% of black men, shout out to Kevin Samuels for that one, who are unmarried
Lordy Lord.
and no children. But yet and still, there are only 39% of black women with no children. Hold on. 54% of men with no children.
That means that
But-
46%
But 39,
is getting it in.
No, that means there are only 39% of women with no children. That means there's a smaller number of men getting multiple women pregnant.
This is what I'm saying.
But we're the ones
that are doing it are getting
this
it
is
in.
delusion. We're the one making the bad decisions.
Sounds
we're
like
the
women
one-
are making a bad decision.
Because the only thing that's changed is women because of their salary. We've had them on the show.
Right.
Beautiful women. I need 6'5". He got to be this. I got to be able to look at him.
Delusional.
Okay,
And I asked
think
them,
there's a gap.
What do you have to offer?
No, but-
I got this good stuff.
You know
Really?
what though? Realistically, there is a gap
You can
between.
say it's enemy.
No, there is a gap.
Women are fucking up the game.
No, there is a gap. There's a gap between what people say they want and what they will actually do. Have you seen all the men? Yeah, my bitch gotta be this. She gotta look like that. She gotta have an ass like Bam. And then you see what they marry.
First off, absolutely, that's my point. Right. We will sleep with anybody.
My point is that all of the shit you talk,
but when it comes to
doesn't
marrying,
translate.
You marry somebody that you know is going to take care of the household.
Biggest
going to take care
thank
of
you, Jenna B. You saying what I've been saying all the time.
But why don't you think that there's a gap between what women, if given an
Men are
option?
stupid. We gonna sleep with everybody with a big booty.
Yeah,
we know
but
this.
If given an option, if you ask a woman to describe her ultimate man, why wouldn't she say?
What's she gonna say?
Why wouldn't she say, I want a man who's over 6 feet tall, who makes $300,000 a year?
Because she's fat. Why would she expect she's gonna get that?
I'm not asking about her. What I'm saying is that's what she says.
But these women, at yourself in the mirror. Hold up. If you're actually looking at yourself, doing a deep, reflective assessment of yourself,
which most people don't, men or women,
then you should know what you're capable of attracting.
But they don't think.
So sitting back and saying, I want somebody
it's like Lion King, bro.
Who's hung like a
remember Simba?
Elephant.
Remember Simba?
It fit.
Remember
Nobody
Simba?
who really
Remember Simba the lion?
You know what I mean?
Remember Lion King and Simba were looking in the mirror and see a big giant lion?
Right.
That's how women are. So Jenny B, let me ask you this: why do women say they're settling? Answer that.
My point is,
that
there is a lot of aspirational claims.
But why do women say they're settling? We saw a video.
And women.
We saw a video. Women co-sign. Why do you think women, especially I'm black, so I'm speaking to black folks. The same is going on with white folks.
Oh, I'm not saying there's not delusion.
Why do you think women say? Why do you think all these women say they're settling?
There's a lot of delusion.
Thank you.
There's a lot of delusion. No, I'm saying everybody's delusional.
But no, I never hear men say they're settling. No. Men aren't.
No, you know what?
And that's
you
true.
guys will marry women, but then you'll fuck around with women that you think that you should.
We just said that
54%
of black men don't have children, but only 39% of black women who fucking around.
Well, I'm not sure that's a great barometer because maybe those men are smart enough not to fucking just go raw dog randos.
So again, we don't hold in this country accountable the decisions women make. Because why do we have so many women?
Women don't want to hold themselves accountable.
Why do we have so
impregnating all these women?
But you allowing these guys to impregnate you.
I don't hate to bring up what I brought up the last show. Women
who's making the decision to sleep with the guys?
Who's making the decision not to wrap it up?
We are, because we stupid.
Who's not enforcing it then?
See,
if we're going to say that, who's not enforcing it?
You see I did that?
Sometimes you don't know.
I just told you, Jenna, a man will stick his thing in a hole in the tree.
And you're going to make it all a problem.
But if that tree
if you don't wrap it up, and then you get mad when women hold that against you and say, you owe us child support. Now you're shitty. When you didn't wrap your dick up.
Because 9 times out of 10...
you knew the risk you were taking was sleeping with a man that didn't have a condom on.
You knew the risk you were taking by sleeping with some random
You're contradicting yourself.
No, I'm not.
54%, I just said, why there's so many men without children? And you said, because play the tape.
They were getting it in without condoms.
Hold on, play the tape. You said, because those men were smart not sleeping around.
No,
and I said, can you comment on these women? Can you comment on these women having all these children out of
sleeping around?
And she will not. She won't.
No,
she
I
won't.
will. There are plenty of stupid women out there.
Thank you for saying that.
I'm not saying there aren't any stupid women. There's so many stupid women.
We got.
There are women that have children with men where I'm like, you should not even give them the time of day.
Hold on, we got
women that sleeping with men. They should be given the time of day too.
Public service now. We got Brian Foster coming up. If you're on Facebook, go to In the Zone. That's one of my partners. He does a really cold show.
My frat.
Please check him out. But I will say, and I'm going to let them get like 30 seconds in because we're not going to run late today.
Like we usually do.
The issue is, I stand by this.
Okay.
Men have been the same simple creatures. But here's what happened. Two things. And men are partially...
But we've been forced to evolve.
Men are partially at fault. So, women's movement. Women were being underpaid. All of that was wrong.
It was.
Chris Critics is going to say, my best bosses have been women. I know women who's smarter. Hell, my wife's smarter than me. However,
my best boss.
I heard this quote. The person who didn't show up for the show. She said, my grandmother told me that smart women lead from the back. Now.
I agree with that.
Because women know that their femininity is the best choice. So what happened after the women's feminine movement that the white women said, come on, girl, come on, sisters. And it's a good move. But in terms of relationships, some men couldn't hack it, admittedly. They felt less than because sisters making more. Shame on you, motherfuckers, thinking that all you worth is your check, dummy. Now, but there were also a lot of women who they felt, oh, I'm like a man. I can sleep around. I can do this. I don't have to listen.
They took that a little far.
Hold on.
I agree with you.
And that is, hold on, but that's their choice. And you got to respect every human's choice. What I tell people and my daughters, you have to live with your outcomes. True. So if you choose to walk around naked, that is your right, that is your choice, but don't expect men with character or money to marry you. That's your choice. You want to wait till you 40 years old before you decide that you can get serious about a man? You should know that men with money and character typically will choose the prettiest. So it's their choice, bro. So I don't knock people. It's some brother's choice to be players. And now all of a sudden you play it out and your looks are gone, right? You broke. You chose that, bro. And I have dudes come to me and say, man, these women only want dudes for money. I say they should.
But what about the men?
I'm talking about men.
Okay, but what about the men who give their best lives to the streets?
That's what I'm talking about.
And then they want to settle
I
down.
That's what you just said. The player.
They only hear what's negative about men.
No, but my point
Chris,
is,
the critics tell the truth.
what about?
I'm gonna tell your ass. If
I get that piece.
The dude you looking at don't give a fuck how much money you got. If we don't even register.
And then they want to settle down when they find someone
so,
that can recognize the signs
solve,
of a stroke.
Here's the solve.
That wants to deal with their erectile
Here's the
dysfunction.
solve.
So,
and I'm gonna read these comments. Like the solve is
real talk.
6 to 7% of men still get married. 6 to 7% of men still get married after 50. So
yeah,
that's a lot
woman
of
that they need a purse or a nurse.
My mother-in-law got married at 60, almost 70.
Wow.
But a purse and a nurse, probably.
If I'm a woman and I'm not 18 to 27, I'm finding a man who has character and money. And ladies, here's the carrot. You're supposed to be the fine one in the relationship.
Yeah, if he spends
who
more
told
time in
y'all.
the mirror than you.
All these women going around looking for these pretty dudes.
Don't do that.
That's stupid.
Don't do it.
And I got these rough and rugged Hollywood looks.
I've dated pretty boys, and they're in the mirror way more.
Pretty boys
and they
ain't
will
shit.
be
I'm rough and
like,
rugged.
"You're the prize. They're the prize." I'm like, "Nah, sir."
I'm telling you, women are supposed to be the pretty ones. If you're choosing the man, it probably won't work. There's a circle of men who love your dirty draws.
Yeah, he needs to choose.
That's how I feel.
And then there's a circle of men who look good, might be messing with you.
Yeah.
If you choose to pull from that group, ladies, you deserve what you get.
I agree.
You deserve what you get. Now, where I live, it's a nice little neighborhood.
She knows someone who likes medium ugly men. Is that like you order steak medium rare? I'd like the medium ugly, please.
If I was a woman, this sounds horrible. I know. I see how little. If a dude is 6'5" and got a whole bunch of money,
like Biggie,
he don't work hard. Biggie wasn't 6'5".
6'4".
Biggie was not 6'4".
Close.
Anyway, my point is, I know my place in the world. I better be funny. I better go make some money because I like fine women. If I were a woman, I'm going with the character and the money because I want my kids, and tell your children, I want my kids to go to private school. I want to live in a big-ass house. To me, that trumps this pretty motherfucker who's in the mirror longer than me. Ladies, get shit together. It's on y'all. Y'all tripping.
Yeah, well, listen, I don't disagree with you.
That's all I got.
I don't disagree with you.
We got to get out of here. We got Brian Foster.
Yeah, we got coming up.
I would like to send a shout out. Super producer Jake, Gina B, our special guest Dwan, and
we need a part two. We need a
tell
part
me
two.
if I was full of shit. We'll do a part two.
Tell him if he was full of shit.
But we need to have a female on here for this part.
We do.
I'm
Admittedly.
sorry. Am I?
No, another one. I'm sorry.
You
not
out?
Gina,
Hold on. Show people your ring, Gina B.
I'm sorry.
Show people your ring.
Not like
Gina
that.
B's
I ain't
out
mean
the
it like
game.
I ain't mean it like that.
Single ladies.
Like,
she's
hello.
no longer your ambassador.
Somebody that
I am your ambassador.
To support, back you up. You know.
Yeah, well, I can
You
hold
cracked the
it.
code.
Oh, you handled
Gina
it.
B cracked the
Okay,
code.
what is
Send her a
happening
note,
right
say
now?
Gina B, what's the code? Anyway, we out of here. Peace and love. Like last year. Good job, Gina B. Dewan, I see the alphas in the building. You see them? Noops represent.
news.